Now, obviously, we talked about this on Tuesday night's main event. There's some stuff that's coming out of this whole Proud family situation. Um, Look, there's not much I can say on the actual scenes that I haven't already said or some other people had said. Hell, I was more offended that they would invoke the name of the great Frederick Douglass, who was ideologically way different from these guys in terms of what they were perpetuating with this 40 acres and a mule shit in this Proud family thing. But this also comes from I think it's the same chick that was either writing or showrunner or something for that was talking about her not so secret gay agenda in the reimagined Disney thing. So they already had been compromised with this whole reboot of the Proud family anyway. But obviously there was a scene, that, they talked about the whole, hey, atoning for get reparations and all this sort of stuff, that it was a bizarre scene. It was like done and like they was doing this like kind of slam poetry thing, I guess for like a talent show. There it is right there. We're not going to pretty much play the deal because what's going to happen is we're going to get struck for it. But yeah, they had nerd, like they had the little white chick holding a sign says, here it is. Little white chick holding a sign says, like one of the self-hating white dudes, holding a sign saying still has not atoned for it. And I'm like, what? But yeah, they had nerve to invoke the great Frederick Douglass, bro, talking all this nonsense. But yeah, it was stupid. Also, they were perpetuating the lie. Let me see. Something that was verifiably false, and I say this as a guy that's as anti-police as pretty much anybody you're ever going to meet. I stopped. Hold up. Let me refresh it. Pretty much I'm more anti-police than probably anybody that you're going to meet. Why is it not playing? But they perpetuated the whole hands up, don't shoot, which that had got debunked. That was never the case, that whole deal. But damn, it's not popping up. But it's just weird stuff. Go watch Tuesday night's main event. We talked about it. Not much I can say else outside of that. But there is something that I do want to talk about, the importance of it all. The thing that separated, I think, previous generations of leftists from the current ones is that there was still a long-term infiltration process with leftists in entertainment, right? They understood how important it was and how it could be used as a vehicle for their own views. Okay, so the point here is that now they're as blunt as they could be, and really what that was a monologue, or I don't know what you want to call it. It was the person that wrote it saying, here are my views, and I'm going to use Disney and the Proud family to put it out there. That's all that this was. And some of you guys got children. I don't know why, though. Some of you guys do have Disney Plus, however, and you are still giving money to them in the way that you are. And, you just want your kids to shut up, and you probably turn it on and you say, go watch this, and this is the type of thing to watch. But the reason why they're so blunt about it is because, well, they now have the control, like full control of it. And they know you ain't going to do nothing about it. For the most part, like we'll have our guys a gripe, and then you're going to still probably go watch it. You're still going to get Disney Plus because you think it's something easy because you want your kids to just be in front of a screen, right? And you want them to be occupied. So you will, put that in their face, right? And, you still go to the parks because, hey, you want your kids to experience the joy of going to Disney, whatever. So you still... so they cocky, right? That's what it is. It's cockiness. It's like, hey man, y'all ain't gonna do nothing about it. Sure, we are using this as a vehicle to get after the next generation, right? We need the next generation of minions. We need the next generation of little foot soldiers to peddle our nonsense. And so we're just gonna be blunt about it because you're not gonna do anything. So my thing is this. What's next? We can sit here and gripe all day long about what these clowns are doing. What's next? Do you take from that information and do you say, all right, I've been presented with enough evidence that shows that this company hates me and they are after the minds of the children, right? Man, Disney should have been over and done with, man. They should have been over and done with, especially after this whole kids grooming and thinking that it's okay for children to be taught sexuality and stuff as second graders. You should have been done with them that. But what's now next? Because as I always say, you hear me say this a million times, maybe I'll put it on the shirt. You fund them, they don't fund you. See, they ain't going to support the Tuttle Twins, right? Leftists ain't going to support Rippaverse, right? That's not what happens. They don't do that, okay? But on the other hand, the people that they hate will then say, hey, Disney, I need you to occupy my children real quick because I don't feel like raising them. So here's money, and then I'm just going to stick this screen in front of them, and they just going to consume all this material that you have. Or, hey, I want them to have their experience and have fun of going to Disney World or Disneyland or wherever, and you still take them. You think they would be, hell, half these leftists ain't got no money like that. The families are who pay for Disney. Disney has been losing money. They've been bleeding money. And streaming services and other stuff, they have explicitly stated, Bob Iger was just talking about this, man, they got their money from the parks, bro. That's where they getting their money. If you think all these leftists are the ones that are going there to Disney World and shit, no. It's not. That is not the case. It's people that they also consider, they'll take your money, right? I'm the same way. I'll take their money too. But leftists are smart enough and they're more disciplined. That's what they have more. We like to think of ourselves as like definitely libertarians in the world. You know, we like to think of ourselves as the logical, responsible people, and we often are. But we give these people way too much of a benefit of the doubt. I'd argue that when it comes to how they spend their money, I would say in this, not overall, but in this regards, they have more discipline than the other side does, leftist does, because leftists will not go out of their way to fund the people that they consider their ideological enemies. If they make it clear that they're like, look, man, you suck, we don't like you, you're a, right-winger, you're a libertarian, you're whatever boogeyman term that they can come up with, they're not going to go out of your way to fund them. Or they're not going to go out of their way to fund you. That's just how it works. The difference is that the other side makes the concessions as to why they would fund them. You know what I mean? So the other side's like, well, I don't care. I just want to see the consumer, right? I just want to see a good movie. I don't care. I don't care about how they think of me. Meanwhile, they use your funds to go pump dumb shit into your children, as well as using your funds to enrich themselves, to get on a podium to tell you how much they fucking hate you. The businesses do it, the actors do it, all that stuff do it. Y'all found that out long before. Hell, even in the Summer of Love, man, they were taking a side saying, we don't support you. So that's what I say. Like, I guess I got to start driving that point home. Every time I bring this stuff up, I need to ask the question, what now? Okay? So we got a more egregious example of them using children's entertainment to perpetuate basically what the modern authoritarian social justice left does. Now what? Now what? What are we going to do with the information that has been presented? You're going to say, all right, well, I'm just going to say, oh, yeah, that's stupid, and then I'm going to just continue breaking it off the bread for them? Or are you going to be like, all right, man, we're done here? Because it's not going to end until that happens. That's all I'm saying. Wherever you're viewing the content, I appreciate you. If you enjoyed it, you may be interested in my comic book company, Rippaverse Comics. Our first book and campaign, ISOM #1, brought in $3.7 million with tens of thousands of satisfied customers. Visit Rippaverse.com to check out our store and stay up to date with the latest campaigns from one of the hottest new comic book companies. Also, my first big step towards a parallel economy was the development of my personal website, ericdjuly.com. This entirely replaced my Patreon. Now, if you enjoy this content, please consider becoming a member over at the website. We have an ever-expanding list of perks for various membership tiers, a forum, and a phone app. Some of these perks will even benefit you if you're fans of the Rippaverse. Anyway, I appreciate you so much for being a supporter and or customer. I even got a little love for my haters.